Doug, we're going to go into the Glitzen Museum and say hello to the folks there. Glitzen Borough Hall, which is the home to the town library, the police department, all the tax collectors, and the neat Railfan Museum. It's not only a Railfan museum, it's just a museum, collection of artifacts from coal mining days here and railroad days, plus a lot of current railroad material. Want to go on inside?
Let's go.
All right. Here's Joan and Betty.
Tom, I see something that says Station Inn.
That's my Christmas card from a few years ago. And actually, let's see, this is a Christmas card from this past Christmas. And we don't mail out we mail out to all of our guests, and we have cards left over. The cards that are left over, I bring over here to the museum, and they go in the for sale rack.
Very cool.
Yeah. Joan, come on over here and say hello. Say hello to Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good, good.
We're going to just look around here a little bit.
Okay.
And if we have any questions, we'll ask you, what's this and why's that? And this is Betty.
Yes.
Betty is a volunteer here also. Joni's not a volunteer. Joni's a part-time worker. And Betty has collected up a lot of this stuff. She knows a lot of people in town, and she's convinced them to bring in mine artifacts and
What's
other
your
things.
name?
Right?
Megan.
Coal mining artifacts. Lamps, old acetylene lamps. Here, long before the hard hat and the battery lamps, there were acetylene lamps. And this was a it's a miner's cap right here.
There you go.
And that, in the mine, a little flame.
Yeah, it was a
from-
carbide.
Yeah, carbide lamp. And that was the only light you had. No other light in the mine.
Yeah.
I'm with Joni, who's a volunteer and a part-timer here. We're going to ask her a little bit about the kinds of people that come in here, who are visiting, where they're from, what they're like, that sort of thing. Joan, tell us about some of your people that walk through the door here at the museum.
They're from all over the United States. They are from Europe. Germany is a big spot. And we've had them from Japan and China. And they are all very, very nice people. Very nice.
Railfans are nice people, you agree?
Yes, I agree 100%.
Hi, I'm Tom Davis.
Hey, I hear something funny.
Hi.
Station Inn.
Hi, I'm Tom Davis. Irene was watching the old YouTube that you put together for us about a year ago. And Irene is very active with the Glitzen Tourist Council. And I'm going to ask her to tell us a little bit about their caboose, rebuilding it, or right now repairing it. We'll go over to the caboose in a little while, but I just want Irene to tell us a little bit about the caboose, about tourists, about the gift shop and how it got started, that kind of thing.
We've had the caboose for about 15 years. It was given to us by what was then Conrail. We wanted to take advantage of what we do have, the railroad, the views, something we felt can take advantage of. We were very proud of what we've done. But anyway, it is in a state of disrepair right now. We are raising funds for it. It should be finished in maybe a month or so. So it will be nice. Actually, you can go through it now. It's fine, but we want to make sure that it lasts. Yes, yes. Our tourist council's been together now maybe 20 years, and so we just want to, all volunteers. So, it's just so rewarding. We meet a lot of people from actually not only from all the states, but, other countries. and we just love meeting them. It's just amazing.
Here we are inside the Caboose at Glitzen, and the Caboose was the car that used to be at the rear of the train. The conductor and the flagman rode in the Caboose. They could look from the Caboose up ahead and see whether all the cars were as they should be, if any loads had shifted, if they had hot boxes. This was kind of their observation for looking over the train. It was also where they slept at the end of the line if they were on a long run and didn't have a chance to get back home. If they had a long layover, they'd generally stay in the Caboose if they didn't stay in a boarding house. Down this end is where the conductor usually kept his books, where he kept all of his records. He kept a list of cars that had been set off and picked up. He turned all that information in at the yard office when he got to the end of his trip. And one of the neat things about the Caboose here at Glitzen is it's right by the railroad track. Good angle for photography, except on a day like today. And you can just stay right here at the Caboose, let the trains roll out the tunnel, get your photographs.
Nice little area over there.
Benches, places to sit. Nice little quiet spot. Oh, you see the little toy train over there? Children love it. Children get on that thing, get their photograph taken. That's a very popular photograph spot for youngsters. Well, one of those mystery shots coming out of the fog. We're at Horseshoe Curve, and world famous Horseshoe Curve, one of the engineering marvels of the mid-1800s, when J. Edgar Thompson put the railroad from Altoona the rest of the way to Pittsburgh. And to get over the mountain, the trains wrapped around right here to gain the elevation to climb the mountain on up to the tunnels at Glitzen. Altoona is that way. That's east, and Glitzen is that way, and that's west. West on the railroad, east on the railroad, and here they are, right together, going around, of course, in Backaby on the curve itself. Now you can hear the brakes squealing on this. Some of the squealing, of course, is going to be from going around the curve, but this is a mixed freight train. Don't know whether it's all loads or how many empties there are. Makes no difference. Train's going about 15 miles an hour. That is generally what the eastbounds travel coming down here on a general freight, right around 15, not much over 20 anyhow. You can hear the brakes dragging. The train is looping around here, and soon we'll be over on the other side of the curve, the other side of the horseshoe. Doug, if you pan around, pan right on around over that way, and you'll get, here we are, and the helpers are in the back, up the grade, back by McGinley's Curve, and they'll be coming around here shortly, and then maybe you can pan back around and get the whole thing right on around Horseshoe Curve. 180 degrees from right out there in front of the camera on around to the other side of the curve. Usual toot to the people at the top of the curve. Always around the curve, the engineers honk, honk, honk on the horn. I don't know whether we can see him on camera waving there. This guy's waving. All right.